Imagine being surrounded with the happiest and friendliest of people, everyone happy to be exactly where they are. Now, imagine sounds that you've never heard before, arranged in such a way to make you feel loose and free. The rave community is a place of interconnectedness and inclusiveness. It is a big part of which motivates me to write and talk on this culture. For us to better understand the rave culture, we must first discuss what the rave culture is. Second, we will talk about the music scene and where it is today with the new genres and technological advances. Finally, we will conclude with the personal narrative of my very first rave. So, to start off, let's break down the general things you see and experience at your first rave. A rave is a type of musical dance music. They originated in the 1980s from the dance parties occurring illegally in abandoned warehouses where techno music was played and gained popularity. Many people experiment with substances that make you feel energized or emotionally connected with the world, even if they are considered dangerous. Now that we have discussed what a rave is, we can talk about what the music is currently like and what is being added. Synthesizers are sound manipulation devices which are operated by the DJs on stages, which have been recently opening doors for what can be experienced and produced through DJs messing with the new equipment. Powerful lasers have been dominating the audience most recently with new bending visuals and also swaying left to the right. There are usually about 4 big stages and a few smaller stages with lesser known DJs. Now that we have discussed some of the technology being played out as well as a set at any given stage, we can talk about my personal story at my very first rave I attended. My first rave I attended was back in 2017 called Hard Summer Fest in San Bernardino. Leading up to the festival, I was very excited, thinking about how it will go. I was planning on going with my 2 good friends, and this was my first experience I had drastically impacted my life and the world I see around. After a bit of dancing and letting loose the first day of this festival, I started to feel very appreciative of where I was. The culture is so important to me because it is so very inclusive, and it is where I think I grew the most from my fears and problems with so much help and guidance. So to recap, today we spoke about the origin of raves. Second, we went on over some of the new technological advances that you may observe at any given rave. And finally, we concluded with a personal story of my very first rave. Now go back to imagining your surroundings and being surrounded with your own family.